Good evening. Good evening. My name is Fred Capozzoli. I live at 1758 Wallem Lake Road, about a mile and a half away from the proposed site. I thank you for having this meeting and allowing me to speak. I wrote down some thoughts today. It's not meant to insult the board or any members of the board or Invenergy themselves. It's just my thoughts. I'd like to read it. I thank you for allowing me to speak, but I'm not really sure why. From everything I hear at these meetings, it seems to be a done deal. According to my state representatives, there's nothing they can do about this project. According to my town council, there's nothing they can do about it. And the governor that appointed you people wants this plant put in. So not really sure if anybody's listening to us. I hear stories that the taxes will be good for the town. Then I go to the town council meeting and they say the power plants are exempt from paying taxes. So what tax money is there really going to be? I believe it's just the taxes on the land. There's so many stories and inconsistencies floating around, it's hard to know what to believe. But I'm here to tell you my story. You wonder why people don't believe in government anymore? It's because one part of government doesn't seem to be talking to the other parts. About 6 years ago, I went to a meeting from the Department of Agriculture on how to take care of your property. Owning 37.5 acres of land, I thought it would be a good chance to find out a different way to utilize my property and to make things better for my land. I met a woman named Kate Sales who works for the Department of Agriculture. She told me she was going around Rhode Island talking to large parcels of property owners and asking them to keep their land rural. She was telling me that the state was taking large parcels of land and turning them into commercial use, and they were trying to reduce that. I started to work with Kate immediately and put my land into open space. I worked with a forester and created a forestry plan, which cost me about $2,000. My land is now in the forestry program. So on one side of the spectrum, you're asking me to keep my land rural and not develop it. And then on the other spectrum, you want to take some 2,200 acres and put a power plant in. This in a way no makes any sense at all. But I think the biggest thing that frustrates me is when I see people come from out of town and tell us, what frustrates me the most is when people come out of town and tell me the Burrillville hasn't done their part. Burrillville has done their part. We've had 2 power plants in town. We have a compressor station. And the catastrophe that everybody says will never happen has happened. I'm asking you, I don't think anybody should else have to go through this. But if somebody has to do their part, maybe it's time for somebody else to do their part. All I ask you is let us live in peace. Thank you.